Well, moving on, the opposition in Puducherry will meet outgoing Lieutenant Governor Kiran Bedi and submit a memorandum for floor test today. This latest development comes amidst major political turmoil in the Union Territory, where the Congress government is facing a crisis as they lost majority after two MLAs quit within 2 days, bringing their numbers down to below the majority mark. The opposition has now demanded that the Chief Minister must resign. Remember, late evening developments, Kiran Bedi was removed as the LG and the Telangana governor was given additional charge. Kiran Bedi issued a statement today that during her tenure, she has served the larger public interest. This after the Puducherry CM accused Bedi of hampering growth in the Union Territory by blocking welfare schemes and termed Bedi's ouster as a big victory for the people. So Congress is claiming victory. Let's listen in to what the current Chief Minister V Narayansamy has to say on this development.
Due to our pressure, they have removed her from the lieutenant governorship, and this is a great victory for the people of Puducherry because she has been relieved by the willpower of the people of Puducherry. She hampered the growth in the state of Puducherry by her attitude in blocking all the welfare schemes. Now the people of Puducherry will teach a lesson to the BJP in Puducherry state.
All right, Mirna correspondent Mugilan joining us live. Mugilan, again, fast-paced developments happening there in Puducherry. First, the resignation of Congress MLAs bringing down their numbers to below majority mark, and now Kiran Bedi removed in a rather sudden move. Now, the Chief Minister claims that this is what they wanted, but is it really going to serve any one side's interest, the fact that Kiran Bedi is removed? And what's the current status with the numbers on both the sides?
Definitely, yes. Amidst of the political crisis in Puducherry, now we have seen the central government relieving Lieutenant Governor Kiran Bedi from her post and have asked the Telangana Governor Tamilisai to handle Puducherry as an additional charge. So now we have to wait and watch what the opposition really going to do, because we already know that the ruling Congress government has lost its majority in the floor of the House. The Congress now enjoys the support of only 14 MLAs, and that too when the magic number is 17, and out of this 14, 3 is from DMK and 1 is from an independent MLA. With this being the situation, Congress still maintains that they still have majority and they will be proving their majority if a floor test is called. But we have to wait and watch what arrangement that Congress is going to make when a floor test is called, because yesterday when the same question was asked to Chief Minister and Minister Narayanasamy, both replied same answer, stating that even the opposition party MLAs will stand in support of them if a floor test is called. So we have to wait to watch whether Congress is making any internal arrangements to pull up support from the opposite camp. And the opposition parties still demand that none of their MLAs will support Congress DMK alliance if a floor test is called. So Congress is still trying to buy time, stating that they have the majority mark and they will be proving majority if in the floor of the House if the floor test is called. So we have to wait and watch how this really pans up. But now the opposition are preparing to meet the Lieutenant Governor and hand over a memorandum to her, to seeking to call a floor test. So that is expected in another hour is what we are hearing. Already the NRC, the NR Congress have decided to go and meet Lieutenant Governor, and a meeting is underway at the ADMK office, and the ADMK leaders also have decided to give a memorandum to the Lieutenant Governor, and BJP, we already know, have already made a decision to beat the governor. So all the opposition parties will go together and file a memorandum seeking for a floor test is what we are learning as of now. So we have to wait and watch when the opposition parties will be coming together to file the memorandum. And more importantly, even though the Lieutenant Governor has been relieved, still the opposition parties say as she is in office today, they will be submitting the memorandum. So we have to wait to watch how really situation pans up. But political analysts say that this is a very nuanced move that has been made by the central government to relieve Kiran Bedi at the a very last moment, because now there is a sense among the opposition parties that the Congress government is taking advantage of the problem between the Lieutenant Governor's office and the government, and they are trying to play a victim, stating that it is the Lieutenant Governor who have stalled all the development in the state, and she is the person who is responsible for all the confusions that has broke out in the state. So to stop that, the political analysts say that to stop Congress from taking an undue advantage over the issue, now this decision has been made, is what we getting to hear.
Yes, okay. To take the sting out of the opposition attack, because they have been consistently raising issues with Kiran Bedi, she's been removed now. Let's also talk about the other aspect, Mugilan. Stay with us. Amid this turmoil in the Union Territory, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi is slated to campaign in Puducherry today. He will interact with the fishermen community and the college students. He will also have a public meeting in the evening. So let's in fact focus on this aspect as well, Mugilan, that this is a poll-bound Union Territory. The Congress leader Rahul Gandhi was supposed to land up there. Perhaps little did they know that this development of Kiran Bedi's removal will happen prior to that. How is that? What kind of implications is that going to have on Congress campaign?
Definitely, yes. Yesterday we saw there were marathon meetings that were held between the Congress leaders. Yesterday, as soon as Congress MLA John Kumar tendered his resignation, we saw an emergency meeting that was called by the state in charge, Dinesh Gundurao, Sanjay Dutt, and several Congress leaders were part of that meeting. And only after that part of the meeting, the Chief Minister announced that he will not be dissolving the government, and said that he has the majority and he will continue to run the government. And then there were several meetings held among the Congress leaders to keep the MLAs united, because still there are several information. There are information which very clearly say that at least 2 MLAs are ready to tender their resignation today. So there were several meetings held yesterday, and all the MLAs were personally called and asked to stay united ahead of Rahul Gandhi's visit. So we have to wait and watch whether the measures taken by the Congress state unit to keep the MLAs united will pay off or not, because still there are information that 2 MLAs will go and join, and that too, this comes ahead of Rahul Gandhi's visit to Puducherry for his election campaigning. Today, as you rightly said, after 11:30, Rahul Gandhi, once he reaches Puducherry, he will be holding meetings with the fishermen community, then with the students, with several college students, and later in the evening, he also holds a public meeting in Puducherry. But in the afternoon, during lunch, is what we are hearing, that Rahul Gandhi is expected to meet all the Congress leaders of Puducherry and take stock of the situation. And we also being told that there are high possibilities that Rahul Gandhi asking a clarification from Narayanasamy about why several Congress MLAs and ministers have tendered their resignation when the government is in power. So these things are expected to happen during Rahul Gandhi's visit to Puducherry today. But yes, this also comes at the time when the relationship between the Congress and DMK in all-time low, because last month we have seen the DMK raising apprehensions over continuing alliance with the Congress in the upcoming assembly elections also. Then the issue was settled. So the issue that this is the alliance between the DMK and the Congress also will be discussed when Rahul Gandhi reaches Puducherry today.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot that is lined up for the Congress party, many issues to be sorted. For starters, their government is right now in tenterhooks. They do not have the numbers. How will the Narayanasamy government survive is something that we'll have to wait and watch. Thanks for joining us with the latest, Mugilan.